Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz Madsen, and today we're reading 1 Samuel 20 through 23. Do you have a Jonathan in your life? More importantly, are you a Jonathan to someone else? Be sure to read today's daily walk for some definitions of what I'm talking about. What an awesome friendship and great example of how we are supposed to love others. We're not always very good at showing/sharing our emotions with those we love, especially for men. Am I right, guys? But we can learn so much from their example and their friendship. Much can be learned from the friendship of Jonathan and David. They were both princes of Israel, one by birth, the other by marriage. They were both in line to assume the throne of Israel. Both were mighty men of valor and were respected and trusted by the men they led in battle. Each had accomplished great feats relying on God for victory. They were zealous, driven, resourceful, courageous, bold, meek, humble, and so much more. They knew and respected government, wielded authority, and served those under and over them. They were loyal to one another and to their king. They could have been enemies and rivals, yet they set aside jealousy, resentment, bitterness, competition, and lust for power, choosing instead to become the closest of friends. They knew how and when to laugh, cry, show their emotions, share hopes and dreams together, thereby cementing their friendship forever. They were real men who understood what it meant to lay down their lives for one another. So great was their friendship that at one of their partings they wept together, but David more so. And that's in 1 Samuel 20 through 41. And I don't have a source for that. It came from my Bible study leader 15 years ago maybe. And so I just enjoyed it and am unable to give credit to who said that, but I think it is so good. I wanted to share that here. By the way, there are some that will claim that they had a homosexual relationship. Please don't Google the subject. There's a lot out there and some of it is pretty bizarre. You totally just Googled it, didn't you? Just kidding, but it doesn't take much research to see that that is not how it was meant. And again, we should not only have a loving relationship with our friends, but with God and Jesus as well. So of course, I'm including a link from Got Questions for more on that relationship between David and Jonathan. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the relationship between David and Saul. Can you imagine what it would be like to know that someone is actually trying to kill you? Be sure to remember these stories when we get to Psalms. You'll be able to see how David cries out to the Lord for comfort and strength. And by the way, Psalms is a large book, fills up the entire month of June. But it is really cool when you get to know these stories and you can kind of remember those and recall when he's crying out to the Lord or celebrating to the Lord. Remember these stories so that you can understand what he's saying in those poetic psalms. Tomorrow is a catch-up or off day, so I hope you get caught up in your readings and maybe tackle a few of those paperclip chunks if you have any. Happy reading! This episode is brought to you by Travel with Friends. Being a leader often means navigating high-stress environments. Without preparation and organization, traveling can quickly become one of those high-stress environments for you. That is why Travel with Friends is here to help make your travel experience as efficient as possible for you and your group. Just give us a call, 501-379-9226, or email friends@travelwithfriends.com, or click the link in the podcast description below and fill out our Host a Tour form at the bottom of the page. We look forward to working with you to meet your group's needs.